Alright guys, hope you're all doing well today. You know I love a good discussion video, so today we are looking at the 100 level reward track as part of the battle pass for this season, but more specifically, whether it should be possible to reach level 100 in under 24 hours. Yes, this has been done. Also, I want to talk about exotics, specifically how they drop and whether there's a better way. If you enjoy this one, drop a like down below, a dislike if you didn't, and let's talk. Okay, so the reason I wanted to tackle the reward track today is because Sleepy.io, another Division 2 content creator who does stuff on YouTube, I believe, and also on Twitch, recently put this tweet out. And as you can see, it says, about 1 day to get level 100 in the 3-month season pass of the Division 2, GG. So I saw this and I was actually at work. I took a step back, not because Sleepy.io clearly grinded this season in like 24 hours, which is crazy by the way, but because this was done in less than 24 hours. Should that be possible was the question I had in my head. Should you be able to grind 100 levels of the reward track in 24 hours for a 3-month season? That's the question that plagued me when I saw this, and I don't believe this should be possible at all. That was the conclusion I come to. How long does the Destiny 2 Battle Pass kind of track table take? For the most hardcore player, you could probably complete the 100 level reward track in probably a week, maybe shorter, but you'd have to play like 20 hours a day, if not longer, in order to do that. And yet here we are with a reward track that's been out for not very long, and it's been done in 1 day. Surely that's an issue. And don't get me wrong, this is not normal for everyone. Sleepy.io has clearly grinded his ass off here, but I've only played maybe a couple of hours since seasons came out on hard difficulty, and I'm already level 8. I mean, by a couple of hours, probably 3 or 4 hours, maybe. It won't take me long to reach level 100, and I anticipate at this rate it might take me maybe 40 to 50 hours, so that's like maybe, 2 weeks? I would say the average person might do, 10 hours a week, maybe? So in just over a month, everyone would have completed the reward track. And I know it's not that important because seasons are, they're not all just about the reward track. That's just one part of it. But maybe the XP should be increased kind of every level. Not by a lot, but just by a little. Maybe not. I mean, I don't know. This could be done wrong. It might not be worth doing it that way. There's a thing here where if you keep exponentially increasing the XP, it could become crazy. But maybe just increase the XP overall. Keep it linear, but just keep it, just increase the XP overall. Or maybe you could decrease the amount of XP you gain from doing stuff in the game. I don't know. It just didn't feel right that you could grind the season XP for less than 24 hours and complete the reward track. One of my Twitter followers actually tweeted at me with the new Coyote mask. You get a level 35 in the reward track. So I asked them how long it took, and their answer was about 13 hours. And that was on hard difficulty. So it could have been done a lot quicker in a group doing harder content. So in about 35 to 40 hours, they will have completed the reward track. Come on, that's got to be too quick, surely. Let me know what you think about this in the comments, guys, because I'd really like to see what you guys think. Sometimes I feel like maybe I might be creating a problem or a discussion video, whatever, that doesn't really exist. But after the support from you lot for most of my discussion videos, I'd say like 9 out of 10 of my videos, you guys are pretty much on my side. My concerns with certain things in the game, they feel warranted. And it ends up making its way to the devs for discussion as well. I've talked about the armor stuff, which everyone's talking about, but the devs are really on top of that at the moment. And I wouldn't be surprised if this also makes it to the devs for discussion, because, I mean, really, honestly, guys, 100 levels in less than 24 hours. There is double XP at the moment, but only up to the first 15 levels. After that, it's your normal, the double XP doesn't count. So still, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so if we take away the first 15 levels of double XP, it might have taken, 26, 27 hours, something like that, maybe a little bit more, 28 hours. I mean, surely that's not enough. I mean, again, the Destiny one, you're probably looking at maybe 120 hours or so for 100 levels. I believe it's that. I haven't played Destiny for a while, but the last time I played it, I think it was about 120 hours, maybe a little bit more, maybe less. So any of you guys who do play Destiny a lot and have done up to 100 levels, how long did it take you guys? Because I think in that game it feels right, but for here it just, I don't know, it just feels a little bit too short. And personally, I'd like it to be a little bit longer, especially when you consider that this season is 3 months long, guys. This is 12 weeks long. There's a lot to be coming, but I don't know. All of this stuff that we're going to be getting, like leagues, and all of this other stuff is going to give you XP. So you're just going to be getting XP upon XP. There's going to be no way for you not to get XP. So you can grind it for that long. I don't know, maybe they should fix it. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments, guys. Moving on, and I also want to discuss in this video is exotics. Today I put out this poll on Twitter. My question was, should all exotics in Warlords of New York be tied behind RNG? With a simple yes, no, or maybe selection there that you could choose. As you can see, it was pretty even between yes and no, which was a little surprising to me, to be honest, but I think that's because my question wasn't really clear enough. It didn't really address the actual question I was asking. It should have said something like, would it be better if some exotics drop through RNG and others through puzzles or challenges in Warlords of New York? I.e., you could have 2 exotics from puzzles or challenges and then 8 from RNG. And I think if I had put out that question instead, I think the majority of people would have said yes. And that's what I wanted to discuss here with you guys. So I was actually thinking about exotics earlier because I have yet to still get 1 exotic since the Warlords expansion. After like 80 hours and focusing my time on specific missions to get these exotics. I mean, I must have run Lincoln Memorial to get the tardigrade exotic chest piece, and I believe it can drop other stuff in there as well. I must have run that about 20 times on hard and challenging, and still nothing. I've run the 2 Tombs mission. I believe that's a Riker mission with Dragolf for the Bullet King. I must have did this about 10 times or so. Still nothing. I've done named open world boss farming. Still nothing. And after all this time, I would have expected to have at least 1 drop, but because exotics are tied purely to RNG, all of them are, with the chance based on difficulty, you have to get lucky, and I have not been lucky so far. So with that in mind, would it be better if some exotics were tied behind puzzles or challenges instead? That's the question I had in my mind. So we still keep the RNG for the majority because I do love RNG based drops for sought after items. Some of my favourite moments in gaming happen this way, like the first time Galahorn dropped in Destiny, for example. That was like one of those moments where I just I became a complete and utter gamer, and I was screaming like a little baby, but it was great, and I still like the random drops that you get. It keeps that really kind of wow factor, that amazing feeling when they do. But I really think having some sort of challenge or puzzle or quest, something like that for some exotics would be really good, because it guarantees an exotic and it gives players a sense of gratification for completing the steps required to get that exotic. It's something that you can work towards. The thing is, at the moment, because everything is RNG based, it's just all about luck. And for the most part, when these exotics do drop, the stats, again, they're all RNG based. So it's pretty brutal if, like me, you've got the worst luck ever in this game. Now, I personally liked the Nemesis quest a lot, except for, some of the parts that were being locked behind missions and you had to wait weeks because it was rotating. I didn't like that part, but the actual collecting parts to build the exotic, I thought that was a cool idea. And I'm surprised they didn't include it in. I think I'd like to see more of that in this game, with even more steps, make it a bit more complicated, add more steps to it, and really make it something that people can work towards. I just like more variety. Right now, I'm just absolutely deflated trying to get an exotic to drop. So it would be great if there was an exotic I could work towards, when I feel this way, until I'm ready to grind for the RNG, to the RNG gods again, because they clearly hate me. Hopefully you guys see where I'm coming from for this. I'm sure you guys do. But again, I'd love to hear your comments down below. Is this something the devs could consider for the next season, when I presume we're going to get maybe new weapons and stuff like that? Would you like to see, some puzzle-based kind of exotics or quests or missions or whatever it might be, but some way to work towards guaranteeing exotic rather than just purely crossing all of your body and hoping that it drops from anywhere in the world? But that's it for today, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, again, please drop a like. It really does help me out. A dislike if you didn't. I got to admit, I really enjoy making these kind of like topic-based discussion videos. Of course, I like doing the builds and all that sort of stuff, and I am going to put that stuff on my channel. I'm just getting round to it. But I much prefer making these topic-based videos when I'm talking about the armor, when I'm talking about stuff that maybe they could improve on in the game. I really like doing that sort of stuff. I think you guys enjoy it. You guys interact with that kind of content. And yeah, it's all good for me. So with that in mind, guys, if you wouldn't, again, I know I'm telling you to go down to the comments, but you know, the interaction on the channel, it helps me out. It also helps me plan for future videos. But if you've got any topics that you guys would like me to discuss, please leave them down in the comments. I do read through my comments. Of course, I don't respond to everyone because I just simply don't have the time, but I do read through them and they do give me ideas for future content. So yeah, leave them down in the comments. I'll go through them. But with all of that said, guys, thanks for all of your support. Yesterday's video absolutely did amazing and you guys are the best. Until the next one, Epic out.